Do they want to ensure independent oversight of elections? Do they want to ensure an elected sheriff uniformly enforces state law, performs independent investigations, and protects our communities while remaining apart from political influence? In some charter counties, these offices are elected, but then their hands are tied through a convoluted system where they report to other elected officials or county employees. That provides a false sense of security to the public. How do voters really determine who is accountable to them? I will just close on my proposal to say that if we want the public to trust their government, especially now, we should be willing to stand directly before them and as close as possible to them. I'd be honored to have the committee's support for this proposal to continue moving it through the CRC process. This is a statewide issue. 20 counties already have charters, 8 have altered their constitutional officer structures, and we continue that others are ready to grow their bureaucracies by taking over these constitutional responsibilities that were intended to report directly to the people. The residents of each county should have the opportunity to clearly vote on this proposal without being disenfranchised by their county government from doing so. The only reason I can think of for a county administration to oppose it is they're afraid of the outcome of that vote by the very people they're supposed to serve. Ironically, as one of my co-proposers, Commissioner Nacco, shared, the elected constitutional officers would stand up to vigorously support continuing election of other county officials or state officials or any elected official. We believe that elected officials are the most responsive to the people. With all due respect to Broward County, I heard a lot from Broward County. I think we all did, and they're very strong advocates for their county. But I think one thing that really impacted me through all of this is when I was hearing these strong voices, it was not from the elected officials. It was from the county managers and administrators and others, county employees, because I believe they were concerned about their own power. And that's very disturbing to me. And I think because of the way, as strong as a few counties did fight it, that made me feel even more strongly about the proposal, that why don't they want them to vote directly on this issue? I believe this is a very important proposal. I'm going to quote from the Keep It Local Florida newsletter. This is all about home rule. This is what their newsletter is for. I subscribe to it. It says, it's easier to hold local officials accountable because we see them at church, the grocery store, the school pickup line, and elsewhere. That's absolutely true. This is what home rule is. It's local elected officials being accountable to the people, and that's all this proposal is. Let them decide if they want to hold us accountable every single day. With that, I think I'd like to close, and I would be honored to have the votes to move this forward to silent drafting. Thank you.
Secretary, please unlock the board. Commissioners, please vote. Has everybody voted? Thank you. Please close the board and announce the vote.
26 yeas, 7 nays, Mr. Chair.
Motion is adopted. Proposal cleared to silent drafting committee. Thank you.
I'd like to read, a little bit came up about back and forth on this proposal on whether, because I expect this to come up next, on what kind of grouping or is this accurately reflect everything. And I want to read a quote because the only ones, as actually Commissioner Martinez referred to a couple of times, who really got involved in this at the end were the lobbyists. And one stood up in front of silent drafting at the first committee meeting. And this is what she said. I would like to suggest, first of all, that when you are looking at the grouping, it may be more appropriate to group Proposal 13 with the government structure, because most of the issues that would be addressed with the proposal have to do with the structure of local government. Really, half the problem or the issue would be with the electorate. The other half would be with how local governments are structured. And that's where this proposal is. That's how it was grouped. The ballot summary, I believe, is accurate and not misleading.